Hey there, everyone, and welcome to week number 5 of the Get Rich Blueprint. And, between this chapter and really the next one, these are really, really powerful. And some of you have already started telling me that you're seeing some results in your life, you're seeing some different things show up, and that is just awesome. But I can guarantee you the only people that are going to see changes in their life are the people that do the homework. So I'm really encouraging you to do the homework. I beat you up on this every single week because I know it's so easy to just sit back and listen to an audio file. Everyone likes to do that. It's real simple. You can do it without even thinking. But what takes thought and what takes energy is actually doing the assignments. So I'm really hoping that you're doing these. Again, I get no difference whether you do or not. I'm just fighting for your greatness. So I really want you to follow along with this and do the homework, because that's really where you're going to get the big change in your life. So, chapter number 5 is on increasing life. Okay, and this, for some of you, this might challenge some of your beliefs, okay? If you haven't been challenged already, that is, this may challenge some of your beliefs. And my only suggestion to you and my consideration for you is that you look at what the end goal is, okay? Look at the end goal of what is being taught in this course, and if you feel that end goal is a good thing, then move forward and maybe allow yourself to absorb some of this information that may be different from what you've heard from, school, church, parents, different people growing up. I encourage you that what is taught in this course is meant for you to live abundantly, and if you live abundantly, that is a great. It's a great paradigm. It's a great display of abundance for everyone in this world, and so that's really what we're talking about here. And so, increasing life, you must get rid of the last vestige of the old idea that there is a deity out there whose will is that you should be poor, or whose purposes may be served by keeping you in poverty. The intelligent substance, which is all and in all, and which lives in all and lives in you, is a consciously living substance. Being a consciously living substance, it must have the nature and inherent desire of every living intelligence for increase of life. Every living thing must continually seek for the enlargement of its life, because life in the mere act of living must increase itself. And, I love the way that that's said. Every living thing must continually seek for the enlargement of its life. Are you living, you don't even have to answer this, because the fact that you're in this course means that you are seeking for the enlargement of your life. And that's powerful. That's the purpose. That's the deal. We must always continually seek for the enlargement of our life, allowing us to impact others, allowing us to be a model, be a showpiece for what is possible in this world. So I just love that saying. A seed dropped into the ground springs into activity, and in the act of living produces 100 more seeds. Life, by living, multiplies itself. It is forever becoming more. It must do so if it continues to be at all. That's some good stuff. Intelligence is under this same necessity for continuous increase. Every thought we think makes it necessary for us to think another thought. Consciousness is continually expanding. Every fact we learn leads us to the learning of another fact. Knowledge is continually increasing. Every talent we cultivate brings to the mind the desire to cultivate another talent. We are subject to the urge of life seeking expression, which ever drives us on to know more, to do more, and to be more. In order to know more, do more, and be more, we must have more. We must have things to use, for we learn and do and become only by using things. We must get rich so that we can live more. Do you understand that? And, it's something that, from going through 2 different periods of my life where I was absolutely dead broke, I know that the best way for me to learn is by experiencing and using things. Okay, experiencing, like, taking my wife to Fiji and to Hawaii and hiking through and finding a secret waterfall. Those experiences are very powerful and impacting. And see, we need to do that. We need to experience and use things so that we can enlarge our lives. That is how you enlarge lives. It is not by scrimping and saving and not experiencing things, or not being able to attend the events that would help us with our self-expression, but by actually doing and using those things. Very, very important. And so the desire for riches is simply the capacity for larger life seeking fulfillment. Every desire is the effort of an unexpressed possibility to come into action. It is power seeking to manifest which causes desire. That which makes you want more money is the same as that which makes the plant grow. It is life seeking fuller expression. The one living substance must be subject to this inherent law of all life. It is permeated with the desire to live more. That is why it is under the necessity of creating things. The one substance desires to live more in you, hence it wants you to have all the things you can use. It is the desire of God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, that you should get rich. That is the enlargement of your life, so that you can express yourself more, you can use more things, you can impact more people. I love, again, I've said it before, but my friend says, your poverty is serving no one. Understand that the more money that you have, the more you're able to express yourself. And if you are someone of value, which we're going to get into next week, actually, if you're someone of value, that means more value is going around the world. And if more value is going around the world, you're impacting more people. They're impacting more people. You are creating more abundance on this planet by being rich. I hope you're getting this. I really, really do. And so it is a desire of God or the universe that you should get rich. They, want you to get rich because you can express yourself better, though, if you have plenty of things to use in giving expression. You can live more in you if you have unlimited command of the means of life. Who has unlimited command of the means of life? Well, people that can afford to. People that have the riches to do the different things that they want to do, that life has to offer. The universe desires you to have everything you want to have. Nature is friendly to your plans. Everything is naturally for you. Make up your mind that this is true. It is essential, now pay attention here. It is essential, however, that your purpose should harmonize with the purpose that is in all. Meaning, you need to have a purpose that is of serving, that is of servitude, that is of helping, that is of providing value. I don't mean that you have to run a charity or you have to even invest in charity. I'm not saying that. But you have to be in alignment and you have to be in harmony with being of service and value to mankind. That's what you need. For this, for all of what we're talking about to work, you need to, instead of let me get something for nothing, let me trade something of value to get rich. That's the focus here. And we're going to go more into it next week, actually. You must want real life, not mere pleasure of sensual gratification. Life is the performance of function, and the individual really lives only when performing every function, physical, mental, and spiritual, of which they're capable without excess in any. You do not want to get rich in order to live swinishly for the gratification of animal desires. That is not life. You do not want to get rich solely to enjoy mental pleasures, to get knowledge, to gratify ambition, to outshine others, to be famous. All these are a legitimate part of life, but the person who lives for the pleasures of the intellect alone will only have a partial life, and they will never be satisfied. You do not want to get rich solely for the good of others, to lose yourself for the salvation of mankind, to experience the joys of philanthropy and sacrifice. The joys of the soul are only a part of life, and they are no better or nobler than any other part. You want to get rich in order that you may eat, drink, and be merry when it is time to do these things, in order that you may surround yourself with beautiful things, see distant lands, feed your mind, and develop your intellect, in order that you may love mankind and do kind things and be able to play a good part in helping the world to find truth. One of the biggest changes for me is, when I started really, making a lot more money than I was used to, I was able to invest more in myself. I was able to buy more courses. I was able to go to more events. I was able to, hire coaches so that I could get better, so that I could better serve my community, better serve my industry. right? I mean, it's just so worthwhile both ways around. It's been worthwhile for me to become better, and also to see others around me become better. Very powerful. But remember, and this is now, I know some people that this definitely will resonate with, and it may be a little harsh for you. But remember that extreme altruism is no better and no nobler than extreme selfishness. Both are mistakes. Okay? Get rid of the idea that God or the universe or nature, whatever you want to call it, wants you to sacrifice yourself for others, and that you can secure your favor by doing so. Nothing is required of the kind. You do not have to live in poverty. You do not have to live dead broke, or only serving others while you make sacrifices. What is wanted of you is that you should make the most of yourself for yourself and for others. And you can help others more by making the most of yourself than in any other way. The best thing for you to do for this world is to be the best you can be. You can make the most of yourself only by getting rich. So it is right and it's praiseworthy that you should give your first and best thought to the work of acquiring wealth. Remember, however, that the desire of substance is for all, and its movements must be more life to all. It cannot be made to work for less life to any, because it is equally in all, seeking riches and life. Intelligent substance will make things for you, but it will not take things away from someone else and give them to you. You must get rid of the thought of competition. You are to create, not to compete for what is already created. And I see this so much in our industry, so much in network marketing. Someone is worried that someone's going to steal their sign up, or, that there's only so many people to go around, or, I got to talk to Joe before Sally does, right? So much competitive thought goes into this industry. You do not have to take anything away from anyone. You do not have to drive sharp bargains. You do not have to cheat or take advantage. You do not need to let anyone work for you for less than they earn. You do not have to covet the poverty of others, or to look at it with wishful eyes. No one has anything of which you cannot have the like, and that without taking what they already have away from them. You are to become a creator, not a competitor. You're going to get what you want, but in such a way that when you get it, every other person will have more than they have now. And folks, this may be one of the most impacting paragraphs that I'm about to say to you here. Pay attention to this. This really resonated with me. Riches secured on the competitive plane are never satisfactory and permanent. They are yours today and another's tomorrow. Remember, if you are to become rich in a scientific and certain way, you must rise entirely out of the competitive thought. You must never think for a moment that the supply is limited. Just as soon as you begin to think that all the money is being cornered and controlled by bankers and the government and others, and that you must exert yourself to get laws passed to stop this process, who are we talking about here? Big government, right? And so on. In that moment, you drop into the competitive mind, and your power to cause creation is gone for the time being. And what is worse, you will probably arrest the creative movements you have already instituted. So how many people are on the right path, and then in a flash they create envy for someone else? They think that a new rule should be made to prevent that person from having too much and me to get more. And all of the good work that they've done in the creative movement is all gone. Know that there are countless millions of dollars worth of gold in the mountains of the earth, not yet even brought to light. And know that if they were not, more would be created. Know that the money you need will come, even if it is necessary for 1,000 people to be led to the discovery of new gold mines tomorrow. Never look at the visible supply. Look always at the limitless riches and formless substance, and know that they are coming to you as fast as you can receive and use them. Nobody, by cornering the visible supply, can prevent you from getting what is yours. So never allow yourself to think for an instant that all the best building spots will be taken before you get ready to build your house, unless you hurry. Never worry about the trust and combines and get anxious for fear they will soon come to own the whole earth. Never get afraid that you will lose what you want because some other person beat you to it. That cannot possibly happen. You are not seeking anything that is possessed by anybody else. You are causing what you want to be created from formless substance, and the supply is without limits. Stick to the formulated statement that we've talked about. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Mankind can form things in their thought, and by impressing this thought upon formless substance can cause the thing they think about to be created. Whew. Powerful week, right? Absolutely powerful. And, it's something that this kind of stuff, I get presented with opportunities all the time. And sometimes they're done in a not very good manner, right? And then other times they actually are done in a good manner. But I always keep in mind that, there's enough to go around. I'm not going to lose out. I'm not going to lose out on something if I don't act upon it, right? And so I stay focused on what I'm focused on. I don't worry if I don't know the latest, marketing method. And I think that's where some people get overwhelmed. And, I want to talk about that. And I want your assignment. This is your assignment, okay? I want you to write down the reason why what you are doing is going to build riches for you. And why there's a million things out there that you just don't need to know. You just don't need to know them. And what I'm doing here is I'm helping you with one of the biggest problems in our industry, and that is information overload. I want you to fully embrace that you're not going to know everything, but that you also don't need to. You don't need to know everything, and that just because you don't know the latest marketing craze doesn't mean that money or riches is going to be held from you. And so just a small paragraph or two on why what you're doing is going to create riches for you, and why what you don't know or what you don't currently possess isn't going to stop you. The full recognition that there is no limitation on this planet. And so I hope you take this assignment seriously, and we will see you next week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.